a sun! Or maybe, yeah, there's a sun on this stone. Pokemon Sun confirmed.
Wait, where are you seeing that?
Okay, so the stone to the right of the building.
It's a sun and a moon.
Wait, is that a moon?
It could be.
Is
that like...
Sun and moon confirmed?
If it was actually the sun logo, that would have been so cool.
That would have been. Oh, man, that would have been great. Okay, Mr. Briny. Mr. Brinny.
I always called him Mr. Brinny as a kid.
Did you really?
I actually said Mr. Brinny. I remember there was an episode of the anime where May had a line that was really funny where she meets Mr. Briney and he tells her like all of his stories and everything, and she like misquotes his stories horribly. And like when she's like telling Ash and the others about it, and she goes like, "Yeah, I heard all about Mr. Briney. He sailed the 7 sails on his quaking ship and stayed awake the whole time." He sailed the 7 sails and stayed awake the whole time. I love that line.
Well, who doesn't do that?
May had such potential as a character in the anime. I like the idea about how she didn't like Pokemon and she was having to live up to her parents' expectations because her dad's a gym leader and you have like expectations from your whole town to go out and be a great trainer, but she didn't want to do any of that. And it was like, how do you tell your family that? And she actually does grow to like Pokemon after all with her Torchic, and I thought that was a neat idea, like a good springboard for a character, but they just didn't really do anything with it.
No, they really didn't.
Because like her family just like instantly accepted it, and there was like no hardship whatsoever. And like that's nice that they did, and it was good that her family was supportive, and it was kind of nice to see though. But I think that they made a good springboard for a character, but then proceeded to just do nothing with it.
Yep. And I think that's definitely a problem.
I also feel bad that the first appearance of May in the anime that I really, really, really enjoyed was the 9th movie, and then she leaves the group like 3 episodes later.
Aww.
It's like, I finally actually really liked you.
Which one was the 9th movie?
Manaphy.
Oh, I hated the Manaphy movie.
I at least liked May as a character in it, all right?
I mean, I felt like she was just like taking care of Manaphy like way too much. It's like, oh, I'm just going to drop everything I'm doing and see Manaphy. Maybe I just didn't enjoy the movie because, like, okay, for me growing up, the thing that I just did not like about the movie was, like, it's basically just Ash running around inside of this underwater building, just, like, running around all the time. And then he basically just goes, like, Super Saiyan / deity of the water and swims around and everything. It's like, what am I watching? I don't know why. I just didn't like it.
I only actually saw it once, so maybe it's maybe it is fuzzy memory, but yeah, I don't know.
Probably the same here. I mean, I only watched it once. It's like, oh, okay. And then of course I watched the DisastORAS movie, and I thought it was all right and all, but I could not stop thinking, of DisastORAS saying like its name, because I'd always joke around like, all right, well, what is it gonna say? Is it gonna like talk? Is it gonna speak human, or is it just gonna say its name? And no, it's totally gonna say its name. It'll be like DisastORAS. Like that would just be it. Like instead of a really cool cry or something, it'd just be like a guy in a suit saying DisastORAS. This
scene right here when we're going to Dewford Town, it's a good time to illustrate this. Well, actually, I'll save that one for later though, because there's a much more pressing criticism that I have in Dewford Town in particular.
Oh.
And oh boy, strap yourselves in. This is gonna be a big one. Like this is one. Okay, everything up to this point's been kind of nitpicky, kind of petty. There have been some things like the experience that have been pretty big. This one right here is just sick. This is the ultimate in stripping out charm, where the original had so much. I like what's hip, happening, and trendy. I'm always checking it out. Hey, have you heard of the new potion festivals? That's right, of course you know. I mean, potion festivals are the hottest thing and cool. Potion festival is the biggest thing happening where you're from too, right? No, they are not, little kid. No, they are not hip and happening. They were never hip and happening. What this kid does is that where in the original, it took 2 random terms from the game's vocabulary and generated something every playthrough. You got your big service, I got my refreshing dream. In another playthrough, I had nothing living. It was funny, it was charming, it was so good. I loved playing the game each and every time. every time I ever played a Gen 3 game, that was a highlight of my playthrough. Seeing what my trendy saying in Dewford Town was.
Yep.
It never disappoints. Ever.
Never.
It's so funny. Even though it's random, it's so good. I've heard so many funny ones over the years. It's one of those things that everyone who's ever played Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald can connect over. Because you can just, like, everyone's got a funny one that they can tell that you've never heard before, but there being so many combinations. And now, they make it so the default is always potion festivals.
Yeah.
And to tell him a new trendy saying to replace it, you give him an item. And then the second part of it is just something from this word. So, you know what's happened where I'm from? X special attack dexes. Oh yeah, I know about those. Yeah, they're the coolest, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's some funny combination of words that you can make, but it's not the same when you have to do it yourself, and it's not just told to you by the game, and you never know what to expect. I'm not a fan. This is probably one of my least favorite changes in the game, and it's a pretty small thing, all things considered, though, but it was such a relatable, connectable thing that everyone who played the original games loved and could talk about. I think it's really lame.
Yeah.
That they done that, and for what? Like, there was vocabularies in black and white too. Like, it wasn't like that was a drop feature that hadn't been around for a while. Maybe they just ran out of time or something. I don't know.
No, I think they just wanted to keep it more PG because, like, 3DS and all that. I don't like that. I think it's a disservice, not a big service.
Yes,
but
potion festivals are just a big service.
They're so bad. Oh man, one I had that not a lot of people know about. I had close school once.
Yes!
See what I mean? Close school.
See what I mean? Everyone's got one, but not with this game. By the way, this map in this here, is that Kanto and Johto with, like, Hoenn below it and like some other stuff?
Where?
Like, in one of the Dewford houses, there's also a rotary phone on top of this dresser.
A rotary phone?
Yeah, like,
dude, they need to make a Rotom phone. Why are they making a Rotom Pokedex? You can make it like a Rotom cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget to get the silk scarf.
I think I already got it.
Oh, well, maybe I'm reminding myself. Devin, don't forget to get the silk scarf. I say as I'm talking to the guy that's giving me the silk scarf. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Are you in the trendy house?
No.
Or where was the map?
It's in just a regular old house.
Oh. Huh.
It's in, like, the back right corner.
Back right?
You can get the Goldenrod if you wanted to get it.
Oh, is it down there?
Yeah, it's around the guy with gives you the Goldenrod.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really wanted to get another Magikarp. I love Gyarados.
Mm-hmm.
So good, you know. Just love me some Gyarados. It is really good.
There is a loading screen for me to get this item on this tiny little patch of land.
Yep.
Again, I get technical limitations. I get it not being... Okay, the thing that I was going to say when we first arrived in Dewford Town, and it's very illustratable right here. This water right here just... Okay. Water in X and Y did not have this problem.
Yeah?
This game, I'm going to say straight up, I think has bad art direction.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, the areas are not updated geographically at all from the original. The camera is a bit more zoomed out so you can see a bit more. Like, your field of view is a little bit greater, I think. There are some areas where the camera moves around a little bit, though, so yeah, your field of view is greater. But when you're playing around with camera angles, and you have a greater field of view, and you keep everything as it was on the Game Boy Advance, down to how often the textures are repeated, it just looks really sloppy.
Yeah.
And it really just looks bad. Like, how often that water texture repeated. Like, okay, I've seen DS games that repeat textures less often than that when showing, like, a wide field of water.
Yep.
Even, like, heck, even black and white. Water looks good in that game.
Yeah,
like, you have, like,
the water looks good.
You have, like,
wow, water looks so good in this.
You have, like, rushing streams where it doesn't repeat textures, and you could, like, see clearly through the bottom. Like, the water, like, not just the water, though, but just, like, everything in this game, how often it repeats texture, how blocky everything looks. And then, with everything looking so blocky, you have actually some really good, smooth character models put on top of it. And it just looks really weird. Because X and Y doesn't have the same look to its overworld by any means. There's a few areas that look blocky, but not many.
Yeah.
But X and Y does not have the same visual style for its areas. But you take character models from X and Y and place them over these backgrounds. It doesn't look as good, I don't think. And it is kind of one of those things that I'm not always trying to get caught up in, graphics and them having to like look ultra realistic or anything. And I get that there is a such thing as visual styles, but I think this is an example of your visual style just looking really sloppy with just how often textures repeated. When you're inside of a cave and like it zooms in on somebody's face when they're talking, so you like see them from like a first person perspective, which you see this in the demo. That was a thing that you could see before the game was even out. And you see like the walls and ceiling of the cave.
Yeah.
And it's just all the same texture every couple of inches. It looks awful.
Okay.
And the 3DS is capable of so much more, even in earlier entries in this series.
Oh yeah. I gotta say something though. First of all, if you're going to the cave, don't, because you can't do anything until you beat the gym leader in this.
Right.
Which stinks.
They changed it so
yeah,
you can't.
they did.
Yeah, you can't do things in any order you wish anymore. You have to do them in a set order.
But this is going to be one really fascinating piece of trivia if you don't know about the map in the corner of that house. And you need to go back there right now because this is going to blow your mind, okay?
Gotcha.
This is a really fascination of them including something from a site, a website that we
SarahB.net.
That is SarahB's Poke Earth. That is their map.
They canonized SarahB's.
It is actually there. If you look at that resource, it lines up with it.
Is that a known thing though?
Yeah. It's kind of obscure. It's a very
I was about to say,
random
that's
piece
Kanto
of trivia.
Jodo, the Sevi Islands, Hoenn, and Sinnoh.
But they also have Ore up in the top left corner of that
and
lines
Fiore.
up with the one. Yeah, that's harder to see there, but yeah, that's the map that's used on SarahB.net for their Poke Earth.
Well, that's something I like about it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I was about to say, like, I was thinking that though, because I'm like, that reminds me of the Poke Earth thing though, but I wouldn't think that that's it.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's actually a thing. Okay, I'm gonna get my butt handed to me by some gym leaders. Well, just one, but
a gym leader.
A gym leader. Although, just watch. I'm gonna go in there with a Lombre, and I'm gonna be able to just beat that thing like it's nothing. It's like, oh yeah, cool, Machop, just teeter dance, whatever. Oh man, I feel so bad. Like, Brawly used to be really tough.
I think he's the hardest fight in Emerald version. If not that, then the second rival battle. Or third rival battle in Emerald, because, yeah, it actually had a second rival battle in Rosmoro.
I think that there are some tough fights in Emerald. Even in Ruby and Sapphire, to be honest. But I think that they're just non-existent in ORAS. I don't know what it is. They just totally toned down the difficulty. But he's just a joke in this. Because, like, it got rid of Vital Throw. And...
you got rid of a team member.
Yeah, that too. Although, I think there were only 2 team members in Ruby and Sapphire. Because I just replayed it, and I remember being shocked by that. Because I thought, there's going to be 3 because of Emerald, but... and same with Flannery's team. I know that Flannery, her team changed a lot between Ruby, Sapphire, and then Emerald. Oh, I should have used Fake Out. What's the matter with me? I like how this Lombre is just like the main thing of my team now.
I'm hoping that Boingy here will evolve soon. Like, I think it's level 20 for it to evolve. If I could get it before Brawly, that'd be awesome though, but it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's Brawly not going to happen.
Probably not.
Kind of thinking, do you want to call it for the night after we beat Brawly?
I think that's a good spot to stop.
Yeah, pretty accomplishing.
Oh yeah,
did a lot.
2 gyms through, good kind of sampling. Still so much to talk about, but I think that's a great spot for it. Oh man. Wow, Pekka's doing like nothing.
This is going to sound really bad though, but I'm kind of amazed that a Japanese development team would even know SarahB.net even exists.
Yeah, yeah, that would be on the Japanese version. I was going to say, because you are playing the Japanese version of the game. It's in English, and I don't think it actually matters. They're all the same, but just in case anyone's wondering, that is the Japanese version of the game.
It's just one of those things where you can pick the language that you play in.
Yeah, because
I'm sure somebody has used this language. I'm sure someone's used this language option to learn English, like in Japan.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like playing the games in Japanese because even though I don't understand everything that's going on, it does kind of, I don't know, it helps me learn a bit because I can play it in English and know, oh, this is what it is. And then when I get to those scenes in Japanese, I already know what it is, but I'm reading it in another language. So I can kind of piece it together in my mind, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so I swear that, like, feet have been such a topic here, though, but, like...
It's your favorite topic.
Okay, the battle girl, how she's kicking the screen.
Yep.
Tell me her bottom of her shoe is not the advanced Pokedex from Ruby and Sapphire. Like, doesn't it look like it?
It actually kind of does.
The bottom of her shoe looks like the Pokedex from Ruby and Sapphire. It's like she has, like, Pokedexes for shoes.
Yo, dog, I heard you like Pokedexes, so we put some Pokedexes on your shoes? That doesn't quite fit, but...
Not really, though, but just like, I swear her shoes look like Pokedexes from Ruby and Sapphire. Oh, God.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the Pokeblock thing. If you look at it at an angle...
Oh, the Pokeblock case.
Yeah, it's weird. What did you do now?
No, my Fell Stinger doesn't do crap to Metatite.
Oh.
I at least was doing kind of decent damage there for a while, but I think Grovile's going to have to carry us again.
Yeah, I was trying to peck it, and it's like, you know what? Peck is doing, like, no damage. I'm just going to use my
Yeah, in my Emerald Let's Play, I remember
Okay.
people were criticizing me for not using Combusken's Peck on Brawly's fighting types.
Yeah.
Saying it's super effective. Like, really, why are you not doing it? Like, seriously, did you forget, like, a common weakness? I'm like, guys, use Bulk Up 3 times. It's not going to do as much damage as Ember, and with Ember, I can hope to burn it.
Exactly. That's why early on in this series, I was using Ember against the rival battle, because he had Mudkip. And it's like, you know what? Ember is doing about the same as Scratch, but it has that chance to burn. And you know what happened? I burned him, so it just worked great. And I've also figured, well, I've got Blaze, so once I get weak enough, that'll trigger, and then I'll be in good shape.
I like how in speedruns that it's good to be in Blaze, because there's fights that are winnable at your level that normally aren't if you're able to do that.
Yep.
It's kind of funny, actually. It's a common theme among Pokemon speedruns in different generations to be low on health, because in games that have abilities, you have Overgrow, Blaze, and Torrent. But in Red, Blue, Yellow, there's Red Bar. When you're in low health and it goes dee-doo, 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 the game can't handle that many sound effects at one time. So it will actually just skip playing a Pokemon's cry, and the Pokemon sending out will come quicker.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't just stand there for a second and do its cry. Instead, the Pokemon is just immediately sent out, and then you can immediately choose what to do.
Oh, that's handy.
It still plays a sound effect for the cry, but because the game can't handle that many sound effects and like that many things going on at once, it will play the Pokemon's cry without any sort of pitch or speed modification, because in Red and Blue, there's only actually about 30 unique sound effects for Pokemon cries. So it's revealing. It'll show you things like that Alakazam actually has the same cry as Ghastly, just played at a different speed and different pitch. So it's revealing and showing you the tricks that they did to make only about 30 or so unique sound effects sound like 150 different unique sound effects.
Right. Huh, interesting.
There are some that are the same friggin' cry, like Parasect and Mewtwo, and Ditto and Poliwag, but it's still really neat. It does kind of reveal just like how the game was put together. And on top of that, it's faster, so of course speedrunners love it, but you can like skip all kinds of sound effects and times where the game would normally stop for a second to like play something. I gotta say, this is probably the most fun I have had playing this game, aside from one instance.
Yeah.
There was one time where I was going to dinner with somebody, and we meet at the restaurant, and we find out that the wait time to get in is going to be 2.5 hours. But we have been waiting for this all week. We've been looking forward to going, and it's just, kind of cruddy that it'd be kind of cruddy if we didn't go. So, I had just gotten I had just gotten a new car at the time. What we did was we took the pager for getting the table. We went out into my car, and the car maintained heat inside of it so well that we were able to just sit in there without getting cold and we played Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Gosh, we must have like, I think we each earned like 2 badges in the time that we were waiting for the restaurant. And it made the wait time go by so fast, and we just kind of talked. It's kind of like right now, because you're like in one seat on the couch, and I'm on the next one over, and we even got like this thing in the middle that has USBs in it and everything. It was such a nice time, just kind of talking and not having any sort of background. I was just playing a video game and talking about that. It made the 2.5-hour wait time for a table at the restaurant just take no time at all.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's kind of one thing that's nice about this series too, is, you know, it isn't really like it's, you know, big let's play kind of thing. It's like, you know, we're just sitting down, chilling, talking about stories of DisastORAS and playing it.
DisastORAS.
Yeah, it's just kind of like relaxed, you know. I'm not the gym leader. I'm like basically.
I'm like almost.
I'm gonna step into his gym just because watching him work out is so funny looking.
So inspirational.
It really is. This guy, he's so motivational.
I'm gonna go heal actually.
Yeah, I did that too, just because he actually can catch you off guard. But
this gym is so weird. How they like changed it.
You know what's sad about this gym? It's so antisocial. Like, all of the equipment is facing like outwards, so no one would be looking at each other. Which, I mean, to be fair, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's just like, I don't know. It just looks like very antisocial. He's just still working out.
Well, especially when the locker rooms like have their lights off if anyone's actually in them. That to use your locker room properly, you have to tell the other person to stand outside the locker room so that you can actually see what you're doing.
I gotta get my stuff. Just stay out there. I guess I'm just gonna lead with Torchic because I think he will be able to evolve. My alpha chicken. All right, you ready?
Doing squats. Let me see. I think maybe I should just play this safe and lead with Omegekko.
Hey, go for it. Yeah, I don't really think a Surskit's going to do that.
No, not really. I will say, have you noticed that his health meter, it's got his heart rate and everything, it has 2 Pokeballs with like the arrow from like old games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually like he's showing that he's got 2 Pokemon before you fight him.
Oh, that's cool.
Kind of neat, but again, not ever like I'm talking to him.
Yeah, I wonder what the other bars are for, though. Because there's 2 of them, and it doesn't look like they represent.
One of them's a heart, and then the others are just stats.
Yeah.
What if they're the base stats of his Pokemon?
That's what I was thinking.
Because there's 2 charts there.
Actually, you know what? I think they are, because one of them has a lot of hit points.
And that would be Makuhita.
Yeah, one of them's slow. Huh, that's interesting. I'd have to look into that sometime. All right, here we go. Brawling with Brawly. I have to say, though, honestly, what kind of a name is Brawly? Dude, what if he's from, like, Alola?
It's like a surfer dude,
yeah.
Well, I mean, Wake appears in, like, Johto.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, maybe he is not out of the realm of possibility that he'd make an appearance in a game that he didn't debut in.
I know people keep thinking that Phoebe will show up in Alola, and maybe she will, but it's like, no, she's very clearly said to have come from Mount Pyre. So, yeah. I mean, I love Phoebe. She's one of my favorite Elite Four members, but I don't really agree with that whole theory. All right, Machop.
That whole Phoebe?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm dumb.
It was an attempt. It didn't quite work.
You know, I'll try. I will try to make Surskit somehow work against Makuhita. I know that's probably going to do bulk up, and I'm probably going to greatly regret this, and I'm probably going to hate myself in the morning, and I hate myself in the morning. That sounds so weird. I know I'm probably going to hate myself for this so much, but I'm going to quick attack this thing and see what it doesn't do.
All right.
Oh, you have Sand Attack. Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of less than fun. So this Machop used, like, Leer, and
I got a critical hit.
Better off if it didn't.
I wish I had
maybe I should switch. Darn it, you know what? I think I'm going to just have Lilypad take care of this thing.
Oh, knockoff did almost half my health.
Oh, I should have removed my items. My bad.
Arm Thrust. It's like 3 damage from that, not bad.
Wow, Lilypad is so good at just tanking hits from the chop. It's like it was nothing.
Okay, he can knock me out right now.
Okay, let's bubble.
Not that he will, but I'll use a potion right here. So, if he doesn't use knockoff right here, he does not have assigned AI that tells him if you have a move that can kill me, do it. Yeah, he did Arm Thrust.
Oh man. Just do whatever.
He's doing a move that did 9 damage, 12 damage. Actually, it's doing a lot.
Wow, that sounds kind of painful, actually.
He hit all 5 times.
Oh, of course. That's something that's persistent in every game.
Yeah, no matter how much they try to streamline things or anything, that will never be done.
Yep.
There's that first bulk up.
You know what? Let's go for it. I wonder if he's going to bulk up with me. I'm going to risk a sand
really
attack.
Bad.
But... Oh, he's using sand attack against me. Well, okay. I mean, if you want.
Oh, another critical hit! Oh my gosh! I might actually beat him with Surskit.
Yes.
I've had to use 2 potions, but.
Hey, go for it.
I want to. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this work.
Oh, do it.
If I can beat him with Surskit at all, like. I do legitimately like have to like worry about him having bulked up and him getting crits and stuff. So there is still challenge even though I'm using items.
Go for it.
Go, 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 go. Ah, no, I do like no damage unless I need a crit to be able to do this. Super potion! Screw you, Brawly! No! Okay, no, the chances have faded. I'm gonna switch. My accuracy is just so low that
it was worth a shot.
My chances of winning are so low. Now watch. He's going to use knockoff and he's gonna one-shot Grovyle on a switch because of his bulk ups. Okay, now sand attack.
Yeah, all this Makahita did against me was sand attack.
He's got low health, or he's got high, lots of HP is what I'm trying to say, not low health. Knockoff. Oh, knocked off my Miracle
Makuhita hit himself 3 times in a row. I love this.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of nervous about this fight. He's gotten enough chance to bulk. I did say that it was a risk and that I hate myself if it happened, but I don't know. Oh, no, there we go. Critical hit. Done.
Oh,
never mind. Never mind. As soon as I began worrying, it just ended.
Yay, my alpha chicken's evolving.
Got level 16 on Surskit, and that's it.
I think Brawly's greatest enemy was himself in my fight because he hit himself 3 times.
With his high attack stats, that's a good tactic.
Yeah, it was great.
He gave me 1920 Poké Dollars. That's $1 for every pixel width of this video.
1080p.
Okay, there's that level 30 that you were wanting so bad. And there's bulk up, which bulk up's not a bad move.
We're gonna scratch. Yeah, bulk up's kind of alright.
I quite like it.
Yeah, it's great if you start with Torchic, because I think I can teach it right away.
Very British.
Yeah, totally rocked you, Brawly.
Oh, you had Rock Tomb available too. I didn't realize that.
I completely forgot to see if anyone could learn Rock Tomb.
Yeah, Grovyle learns it of all things, which gives him a way of dealing with flying types.
Yeah, that is one thing I do like about ORAS. Compared to Ruby and Sapphire, okay? I mean, this is kind of a given, but at least they didn't, for whatever reason, go back to single-use TMs, okay?
Yeah.
They could have done that.
Keeping it true to the original.
I mean, maybe they could have, but yeah, they didn't, so...
I'm going to also say, in addition to that, the compatibility of TMs with the Hoenn Pokemon is wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is. A lot of stuff that was not useful at all in the original does learn a lot of really good stuff. Also, you can buy fresh waters in the gym, don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
It's like...
Really?
It's like Clyde, but costs $200.
What? Are you serious? The
vending machine that's off to the right in the lobby actually sells you fresh waters.
No way.
Which, for 200, that's the price of a potion, 50 HP. That's not a bad item.
Yeah, that's great at this point in the game. I don't remember this. Wow, that's so good. I'm buying some water.
Oh my gosh. I misinterpreted this poster horribly.
I'm gonna buy too much water.
I thought this poster was like a girl in a bikini, like laying down on the beach. Like, and that was like her butt.
You know, we need to have a talk
with like her legs up in the air, and then even better.
Wow, actually, I do kind of see it. I'm not gonna lie.
Even better. I thought the background was a strip of bacon.
Because the only thing that can make this whole visual better is a strip of bacon.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez, that is great.
That's like what I saw at first glance. All right, let's
what
do this.
better way to end it than that?
Okay, well,
Jeez.
I actually had a good time.
This was good.
I pointed out some negativities, but it was kind of nice to air those grievances.
Yeah.
A little bit, and there were positives I wasn't expecting. The Poke Earth thing was kind of neat.
Yeah, that's a neat thing if you don't know about it.
It'd be kind of funny if he himself didn't know about that.
I don't think he did, because I think people were tweeting him like the day of the release. They're like, hey, you know about this? He's like, oh, cool. So I don't think, I might be mistaken, but it was a pretty cool kind of throwback, I guess. Yeah.
You can't take being canonized in a game away from you.
Nope. Oh man, that's awesome.
Except if you're Chris Houlihan and they remove you from the remakes.
Oh.
I gotta wonder if the real Chris Houlihan will ever step forward, though, because so many people have claimed to be him without any proof over the years. Imagine, like, if he, like, legally changed his name for one reason or another.
That'd be wild.
And, like, he can't prove that he's himself because he doesn't have that name anymore in his ID.
I can't prove I'm myself. That would be strange, though, if you couldn't.
Got 2 hours, 34 minutes. We played a lot.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to stop this now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone, for tuning in if this ever gets released.
Yes, I hope you found it. DisastORAS. See you next time, everyone.
See you next time.